Good evening, guys. I'm here with an individual who claims to be a victim of some sort of abuse. Reached out to me to do an interview to have her story heard. Immediate disclaimer: I have never had any discussions with this individual before us sitting here. I've not asked her name, anything. I was informed that she wants to do an interview, and initially I turned the opportunity down for the interview because of the fact it involves I've learned that it involves Azadeen Mohamed, somebody who I am before the court with different court matters with, somebody who in the past I used to be associated with, and now we're not on terms. So I initially refused to do this interview, but then I learned all the paid actors in media didn't want to do the interview. So I wanted to make sure this young lady's story is heard. Before now, I just came into the studio. I asked her if we've ever met before. She said no. That was the extent of our discussion. Everything here, her face is blurred out for her safety and security. But everything here, the questions I'll be asking would be me asking for the first time and you and myself hearing for the first time as it relates to the severity of this matter. Good night. Thank you for mustering up the courage to tell your story. Can you state your name? They're gonna be bleeped out, you don't gotta worry. But for me, yeah, state your name. You got both times, right? Now, in very simple terms, can you share the experience that you had which would suggest that you were in some way abused? Can you share that experience with us?
Hi, I'm from Santa Mission, from community of the Demerara River. I'm a local girl, and it was back in last December when Mr. Mohamed and his team came to deliver equipment to school in the second week. And
just to make sure we're clear, Azadeen Mohamed,
yes,
the guy who moves to the boat, and in the past years, myself and him would go to the. You were ever there when myself and him went to Santa Mission?
I can recall one time.
When I was present with him?
Yes.
So it's the same guy you're talking about?
Right.
Okay, yes.
And then after they delivered the equipment, they had other young girls around, and they were passing out drinks, probably as refreshment, and then they said to pretend it was sweet, like aerated drinks, because they don't like, Mr. Mohammed doesn't like alcohol. But like he knew, because he was saying, oh, y'all drinking alcohol, yada yada. And then he started smiling up and talking like, oh, we could go far with schooling and stuff like that. And in addition to that, when we started to drink, my head started to feel a bit light, so I wanted to go home. And then I told them, and they were like, well, we can put you into the boat so we can take you back across. And that's the only thing I can remember, really. And then after we got into the boat, I can overhear conversations between them talking among themselves, and they were like, they can have intercourse and stuff like that since I'm unconscious or whatever. And then after, when I regained a bit of consciousness, I found semen on my clothes, but like they tried to get rid of it because it was all over, my entire skin was soaking.
Let me get this clear. There was a ceremony at Santa Mission,
Right.
where computers, things were being shared out.
Right.
Things for children. This happened in December.
December.
Last year, December. This last December here.
Yes.
2024 December.
Yes.
After that happened, some beverages were shared out.
Right.
Where does this happen? At the community center?
At the community center.
At the community center.
Yes.
Okay. Now there are two parts of the community. So you're not from Santa Michelle. This is Santa Artaca. You're from the other side, Artaca.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm trying to get an understanding. When you said you had to leave in a boat to go.
Yes.
You overheard conversations.
But I was helpless. I couldn't move. I could just hear.
Okay. Have you ever used alcohol before?
A couple times, but not to that extent that they wanted us to drink.
So you are of the opinion that the drink might have been tainted with something inside, because you use alcohol, but you never felt like that before.
Right.
You never felt like that before.
No. And it was only like 2 shots of whatever.
Can you remember what was in the bottle? What kind of bottle they had? Was it because one time you said it, they were suggesting act like it was drinks, like that Mr. Mohamed don't like drinks.
Yes, they look like non-alcoholic wines, but they actually contained alcohol.
Okay, so there were wines, bottles of wines.
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell anyone about this incident after it happened? How? Because when you go in the boat, there's likelihood you could get wet. You went into his boat?
Yes.
Okay, that's a go fast boat. Is it likely that the whatever you saw on your clothes, is it likely that there's water that spilt in the boat?
No. The way how it was, it's definitely not water that was spilled into the boat. I was literally drenched.
With semen?
Yeah. With water, whatever they tried to wash it off, and it was all in my pants.
Okay. Did you tell your parents? Did you tell anyone about this?
No, I haven't as yet.
Why are you only now coming forward?
Because it's actually taking a toll on me. And I can't. I had to speak out.
Okay. I would advise in this case, I thought you would have already made a police report. No family members, you didn't tell anyone?
I didn't tell anyone.
Okay. I would advise you to tell, you live with your mom or your dad?
Yes, I live with both parents.
How old are you?
I am 17.
Okay. You're going to bleep out that too, right? So you're a fairly young girl. I think you should make a report to Human Services, who then would make a report to the police, because I do not know when you went home, do you feel, does the extent of this abuse, do you think it's on your clothes alone, or do you think you might have been sexually abused?
Yes, because there were actually bruises on my arm.
Your bruises on your arm? Did you have bruises on your private parts?
Between my inner thigh.
On your inner thighs? Okay. Why didn't you see it fit to maybe tell your mom, your dad, anybody? Why didn't you come forward earlier?
Because Mr. Mohamed, I do get that he's a powerful man, and people like us, we don't really stand any chance reaching out to anybody against him. Really. So.
Alright, this is not my normal forte, so I am a little dumbfounded here. I know this is going to cause much of a stir. I'm hoping that you get justice in your endeavors, and I'm hoping the airing of this, people will see these people for who they really are. It is very unfortunate what has happened to you. I must apologize, but I think the next course of action is for you to make a report to the police. Your closest area would be the Tamari police station, and then they obviously will direct you to the Ministry of Social Protection, and I'm hoping you will be able to get some sort of justice for this. Right? What has happened to you?